Hello and welcome back to All the Gear Some Idea. So today we have a Honda Pan European ST1100. I bought this as a project. It was really cheap and it's been sold to me kind of as a non-runner. Told it ran, but the battery's not being charged. It's been to a garage and they've diagnosed it as an alternator. That is a really common problem on these bikes. The alternators can they break, or because they're oil fed or oil cooled, sorry, they have problems. I believe this is a 28 amp alternator, but I haven't taken the fairings off yet to check it. What I have done is taken the fairing off on this side and taken the battery out and put it on charge. And what I've found is the charger doesn't like it. It thinks it's a 6-volt battery. It's got about 8 volts in there. The lights were really dim on the instrument cluster. So eventually I managed to get it to charge. Put it on the bike and it does turn over a little bit. One thing I have noticed is it was charged yesterday. We are now on the next day. It was at about 55% charge. I've come out this morning and it's back down to about 9 volts. So it's not actually taking a charge. So whether that's a problem that is causing all of this, I don't know. The battery is 5 years old. The bike has been used. It's done 110,000 miles, so it's not done little miles. But it's in okay condition for us to repair, fix, and then sell to get another project. Now, this bike is an absolute tank. I've sat on it and moved it, and it is huge. Like, I feel tiny sat on this bike, but it feels very comfortable. So I'm very excited to try to see if we can get it ridden today. It does have an MOT, so I have bought a bike with an MOT. We just need to figure out if it runs. It says it's got a full tank of fuel. I don't know if it does. Yeah, so I have already gone out this morning and purchased a new battery for £50 from the battery centre local to me, which is fully charged. It used to be an ex-police bike, so there is random holes everywhere for where they would have had instrument stuff fitted to it. But yeah, really looking forward to getting into this and getting it sorted. So let's have a little look around the bike and show you some of the aesthetics of the bike, and then we can get straight into trying to figure out why it doesn't charge. Okay, so this is a V4. If you know anything about them, you already know that. It's also shaft driven, which I actually really like on the K100, so I'm hoping this rides just as nice. Now, it has got some chrome bits fitted, a skull, a load of stickers and stuff all over it. It's had some fancy sort of artwork put into the paint, which I'm hoping you can't really see too much once the bike's all cleaned back together, as that could put some potential buyers off buying the bike. It did, however, come with the panniers, so they do work. I have got the key for them, and they seem okay. Someone has left some Battenberg on the back of it. Now, whether that's easy to take off, I don't think it will be, but I think it might make it a bit better by taking that off. So coming around to the front, it's also got some more stickers all over it, a few holes. As I say, ex-police bike. I've got the paperwork for that. It was Hampshire Constabulary that supplied the paperwork for that, so I'm presuming it was a bike around Hampshire. And as you can see, I've taken that off already and the battery is there. That is the original battery that I bought with the bike, and it seems pretty naffed. I've moved the regulator out of the way just so that when we come to testing stuff, hopefully it makes it easier. Other than what I've just shown you, there's more holes in here. So I don't know how I'm going to go about it once I get it up and running properly, what the best option is for the most profitability for selling. Now, I'm not hoping for mega money when I sell this bike. I'm just hoping that I'll be able to turn a small profit and get another bike back on the road. Now, this does have around a month's MOT left on it. So if we do get it running, I will be able to ride it. And then I will put another MOT on there, clean it up a little bit, potentially do an oil change on it, and then sell it. So hopefully it's a quick bike to sort of fix and sell so we can get onto another project. But also it saves it from going to the scrapyard. I think it's too good to go to the scrapyard, even though it has got 110,000 miles on it. As you can see, the speedo has been calibrated. I wouldn't say recently, but it's definitely been calibrated. And I have also got, which I will show you in another video, the original panels that I believe would have come with a police bike with extra buttons on it, which would be nice to get fitted again. Annoyingly, it did have heated grips, but they've been chopped off. So if I can get a cheap set of heated grips and get this back on there, I think that would be a nice little touch for the bike. It also came with a heated seat. Unfortunately, this is not a heated seat. However, the seat is in really good condition compared to what it was like on the ZZR with a tear in it. It came with a spare seat which does have a tear in it, but I think a good selling point is the fact that the seat is not got any damage on it. So let's get straight into changing this battery and then seeing what we've got when we start it voltage wise. Okay, so I've already removed this. As I said, I had the battery off already to charge, and it was pretty much a no-go. When attaching it directly to the bike with a battery and some jump leads, what it does is it drags the voltage down. So when I've got this attached with a charger and jump leads, it doesn't recognize on the charger that it's 12 volts still. So there's a good chance it could just be the battery that is causing it. Now that's wishful thinking because it has been to a garage and I'm sure they would have checked that. Pull this out. And then we've got the new one here. I'll use the new screw for it. They're always handy to keep. And when I was younger, I was always using those little bits, so they keep them safe. I'm going to slot this in there. Right then. Okay, so that's a little bit of a pain. Because of the jump terminal, the way it comes down, doesn't quite sit in here properly, but managed to do it, so that's all good. Now, the bike does have a voltmeter, but I don't know if it works because it's still showing exactly what it showed before. But it'd be nice if that worked because if I went out on a ride, I'll be able to know if it's definitely charging. So, now what we need to do is see if the bike will start. Okay, so, ignition on. So we actually have lights now, which is good. Fuel, oil, neutral. Moment of truth. Okay, so it runs. Now we've got the multimeter attached. We're at 12.59. When we flick it on, it will drop, pure on the basis that now things are using power. We're then going to start it. It's going to drop again, hopefully. There we go. But it's only running at 12.29 roughly volts on idle. However, if we rev it, so it does charge. The alternator has to be working for that to have happened. Now, the voltage rectifier is really, really, really hot. So it's either the alternator is putting way too much voltage in, the rectifier cannot help with it, or we've got a problem. Okay, so this is the regulator. These are the wires that go to the starter, solenoid, and essentially to the battery. And these come from the alternator. Now, touching this plug, it is really hot. The plug itself is hot. That one's okay. This one is really hot. Like, I can feel the heat through it, just in that plug. These wires here, they're okay. They're not too bad. And the plug is warm. This could be a problem. So what we're going to do is open this up. And yes, there is slight corrosion on those plugs. So we've got two choices. I can clean these up in the hope that I can help solve the issue. So the reason it's getting hot is because there's resistance there. Resistance will create heat, and that's not good. Which could also be the reason why it doesn't charge when it's on idle. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. So what we're going to do to start with is I'm going to get my diamond tweezers and I'm going to try and clean these up. Failing that, we can just join these together. But I don't really want to get rid of the plug right now, so we're going to do it with diamond tweezers and electrical contact cleaner. So I'm going to grab that stuff now. So here's what I have, if it will focus. Diamond grip terminal cleaners. I've used these before. I've used these when I was working in the garage, and I've also used them on the K100 with the fuel pump fault. This is why I say it's always good to go back to basics. Let's put a battery on it, and I just left it sat here maybe for 2 minutes. And I haven't got a temperature infrared thermometer, but I have got hands, and I can feel stuff. And like I say, these were warm. I have also got some electrical contact cleaner. Unfortunately, I've just broken the end off, so we're going to have to make do with what I can do with that. But you can see, hopefully, in the video how dark these are. So let me see if I can get them any better. We'll also do this plug, and this plug is also what I'm going to do, which is on the starter itself. Sorry, the starter solenoid, because these have problems too. So any resistance anywhere in this circuit can cause a problem. So we're going to be cleaning up these plugs. Once they're clean, I will come back. But I will show you what you do with these. You literally just grab them. You almost want to put some contact cleaner in there with it as well. You're going to slot it in where the pin would normally go, and you're going to clean. You're just going to keep on moving it in and out. You might have to put two in. You do need to be careful on things that are engine needs to use. If you were to use these, you need to make sure you don't open the pins up. Same on these as well, because otherwise you're going to have a problem. So let me clean these up, and then hopefully we may have a working bike that I will then be able to take on the road, and I will somehow get some footage. Okay, so we have now redone these wires, taken the plugs out. Same on these ones, and also same on the starter solenoid. All the plugs, you can't quite tell on the red one, but the clear one, you can see where it started to go brown. And that's where it's been getting hot. And on the one that covers the starter, you can see the solenoid for the start mode. See that it's got quite hot and a bit burnt. So that's all been eradicated. You can see on some of these how corroded they actually are. And then I can't remember which one it is. The actual corrosion is within the actual wire itself. So it's just gonna, even if I had to clean them up, I wasn't actually guaranteeing I was going to sort anything. So that's why I have gone down the route of changing them all. So it just eradicates that problem. So it's definitely worth a shot. I do know on the newer ones, they do recommend to cut that plug out anyway. So we've just done it on this one. Now, when we start it, she's charging. But the fact that it's got charge going through it means it's, hopefully the alternator is going to be absolutely perfect, and the alternator is not ramping up too much to ruin this. So let's get into a position of being able to ride it. Okay, so we have just ridden the bike for roughly, I would say, 15 miles, and it's been absolutely fine. It has not missed a beat. It's been really good. complete different riding style to what I'm used to. The bike is really heavy, but when you start to give it a bit of power into a corner, it's absolutely fine. Checked the voltage when we got back and found it was at 12.7 volts, which is absolutely perfect. Join us next time, tidying it up or doing something with this bike. Yeah, if I've been of any help for anything at all with those wires, because that's exactly how I've left it. The regulator is the same. The wires have just been reconnected and it's now charging. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up and give us a follow, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time on one of our many projects. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.